Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are back with another bread recipe. I feel like it's been a long time since I last made bread on this channel. So I'm back with a bread/brioche recipe. It can be a brioche, I guess, if you add sugar to it, but I didn't add sugar to mine, so it's just bread, but it is not any bread. It is a potato bread. It's made with potatoes. Absolutely delicious. It smells good. It tastes a million times better, and it is just something that I cannot recommend making it enough. So let's show you guys the recipe because it is super easy and simple to make. To make this potato bread, here we have the equivalence of 150 grams of potatoes, steamed or boiled, just cooked. 300 grams of flour. You could use more, you could use less, depends. 1 egg, 20 grams of butter, a tablespoon of salt, a tablespoon milk powder, a tablespoon of yeast for bread, and of course we have 150 milliliters of warm milk. And if you like sweet bread, you can add 1 to 2 tablespoons of sugar, but we don't like sweet bread, so we'll skip that. Our first step, in a bowl we're adding in the potatoes. To the potatoes we'll add in the butter and the milk, and now we're just going to gently mash the potatoes. So once you've mashed in the potatoes, now we're going to just let it sit for like 5 minutes so that the milk can incorporate with everything. So after 5 minutes, this is what it should look like. It's nice and thick right now. It absorbed a little. Now we're going to add in the egg, and we're going to mix it for some time, just for a little. Once you've mixed in your egg, now we're going to add in the milk powder. Give it a mix. And once you've mixed in the milk, now we're going to add in the yeast. And we're going to mix it. Once you've mixed in the yeast, now you're going to cover it again, and we're going to set it aside and move on to the next step. Now we're going to take the flour, we're going to add salt to it, and we might end up using more, we might end up using less of flour. It depends on how much it absorbs liquids. Now into your bowl, I'm going to be using a stand mixer. You can mix by hand, but I don't think I have that strength in me. So now we're just going to pour the potato mixture into the bowl. Once you've poured in the potato mixture into the bowl, now we're going to start adding in the flour and salt mixture. I'm going to add just little by little, so I'll add the first half now, and then we'll check for the consistency. So the consistency needs to be just like bread, I think. So not too thin or runny, but not too dense. It needs to be a little bit sticky though. I'm going to mix, and I'll start on low speed. Rest of the flour, I think 300 grams is going to be the perfect amount, and no need to mix really well, just until you don't see the flour particles anymore. Now I'm going to mix it again, once again starting at low speed. So 300 grams of flour was the perfect amount. It's still soft, nice and sticky. So yeah, and also it's potato, so it should stay soft, and do not knead the dough. Just make sure that you mix in the flour enough to not see the flour particles anymore. So now we're just going to cover it and let it rest for an hour or until it doubles in volume. We've covered it in plastic wrap, and now we're just going to let it rest for an hour or until it doubles in volume, depending on the room temperature. So it's been an hour, and now as you can see, it has doubled in volume. So here we have flour and also the mold or tray in which we're going to bake the bread. So we're just going to get the air out of it. So we're just going to flour the surface, make sure it's clean, and if it's sticky, don't worry, it should be like this. So now we're going to transfer the dough into the surface. After you've transferred your dough into the surface, now we're going to flour the dough. And we're going to try to roll it into a rectangular shape that fits our mold. So we're going to try to get it the size of the mold. So I've tried to get it as equal to the mold as possible, and now we're going to roll it. And we're going to transfer it to the mold, but first you need to grease the mold. So once you roll it, just flip it over and adjust the edges to like seal the bread in. And we're just going to transfer it to the mold carefully. Now we're just going to cover it with plastic wrap, and we're going to let it rest for 30 to 45 minutes, and then we can bake it. So it's been about 45 minutes, and as you can see, it rose really well. So we're just going to take it off the plastic wrap, and we're going to bake it in the oven, which we've preheated at 180 degrees Celsius. We're going to bake it at 180 degrees Celsius, of course, for 20 minutes or until nice and golden brown. We have the oven at 180 degrees Celsius. We're going to bake it 20 to 25 minutes or until nice and golden brown. So this is what it looks like now that it cooled down a little. I kept it a little warm because I like fresh bread. I feel like the whole point of making bread is to eat it nice and warm and fresh. So this is, as you can see, it is so soft, so squidgy. It's such a fun texture and it smells amazing. So I can't wait to try it. So it breaks easily too. Wow. Oh my God. It's so good. The flavors are just wow. I mean, it smells good. It tastes 100 times better. I didn't add any sugar, and to be honest, I'm glad I didn't add any sugar because I'm not a big fan of sweet breads. I like pastries, but not sweet breads. So this is a really good recipe. You can have it with Nutella or chocolate spread. You can have it with jam. You can have it with just butter. You can have it on its own. It tastes amazing. I cannot recommend this enough. So I recommend that everyone should try it. I'm looking at it because it looks so good. I'm salivating over it, but it is so good. Can't recommend it enough. So I highly recommend making it. So this brings us to the end of today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and if you like this kind of content, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and follow me on my social media so you guys can support me to make more content. I'm available on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Discord. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.